think that is how life is. You have to keep trying. There are so many things that might work out. There are so many times that you would have failure in your life, but that is how you learn and how you progress further in life. So I think failures and successes are part. What is important is to just keep trying. I'm Dr. Rahil Chaudhary, and I'm the Managing Director of I7 Group of Eye Hospitals. So it's a chain of 10 eye hospitals in Delhi NCR. I'm a second generation ophthalmologist. So ophthalmology was gelled in my system since my early days of childhood, where I used to visit various conferences with my father. I used to see the hospitals. I7 was started 30 years back by my father, Dr. Sanjay Chaudhary, with a vision. And what was that vision? To bring all the subspecialties or super specialties of ophthalmology under one roof. You look at India 30 years back. We had very basic setups. We did not have super speciality in our country. So most of the patients, they were flying to Singapore, to European, to American nations for their high-end treatments. So the idea was that can we give the same quality of treatment in India under one roof with all the qualities and infrastructure, but at an economical price. So we have an NGO by the name of Seventh Sight, and that NGO is doing all the charitable work. We are getting donations. We are doing about 500 to 600 cataract surgeries free of cost every month, and roughly about 100 refractive surgeries free of cost. So that is where we want to give back to the society, because the society has given us so much. And then after a point, you feel satisfied when you feel that you are making a difference for the people who can't afford those treatments, but they, as humans, they deserve to get the best quality. I realized that when you are running an organization, there's a different charm to it. There's so many other things that you're involved in, and there's so much of activity happening around you. I think that is the beauty of running an organization. I believe that as a director, I have to multitask, and yes, there are times where I feel that I could have been better as a clinician and not get into all these hassles. But end of the day, you realize there is so much of fun into it. And every day when you get up with that motivation that today I want to make a difference, I think that is what keeps you active and keep going in life. Whenever there is something that is introduced new in the market, we are the first ones to put in our system. And so many times we burn our fingers. We realize that this technology is actually not good enough. Unless until you don't take the technology and you use it yourself, how would you understand if it really works or not? And then when you use and you understand the dynamics, the physics, the science behind it, and actual results on patients, I think that is the time when we take a call that this is the technology that has future and has to stay on. And these are the technologies which do not work very well and have to be ignored. And I feel every refractive surgeon today must have a silk machine or the advanced refractive tool with him. And there is not just one advantage. There are multifold advantages of this new technology. So probably the way to go forward in refractive surgery, if we talk in 2024, should be silk. The question was, when I was starting my YouTube channel, where do I orient the content towards this channel? Should I make the content that is scientific for the ophthalmologist to learn and understand? Or should I make this content around a common layman who is not even aware that there are treatment available for their eyes? So initially all my videos were in English, and we used to see that the engagement and reach was minimal. And then we started making those videos in the local language, which is Hindi, most commonly used language. And then we realized that the numbers grew exponentially. Well, this was the first time we realized that something like a simple video where I'm telling about the simplest of problems in eyes could have such a massive reach, because people are not aware. So once you have that reach, and when the patients start coming to you looking at that video, when they start commenting and asking questions from you, I think that is what motivates you to do more. Ultimately, if we don't introduce telemedicine, if we don't introduce artificial intelligence, if we don't introduce social media engagement, how are things going to propagate further? Otherwise, all these things would be restricted to a small group of people, probably in the metros, Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata. How do you penetrate into town B, town C, town D to the last grassroots person to give that information who can take the treatments and advantage? So I think all of us has to come together, and online platforms, internet is disruptive. We have already seen it disrupting so many, and probably medicine is the next thing which would go a total change and disruption in the coming times.